You know what, the design in these rocks is pretty wild, ain't it? That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Hmm?
Writing on the map. What a
Pretty cool. Well, if you haven't figured it out yet, we are at Petit Jean, Overlook, and Gravesite. Cool little mountain with a lot of history. So the legend of Petit Jean and how the mountain came to receive its name begins in the 1700s, with the story of a young Frenchman who had ambitions of exploring the New World. So the king granted him approval, and also a grant to claim part of the land for him and his newlywed wife-to-be. He was to be married to a beautiful young girl from Paris, Adrienne Dumont. When told of his plans, she asked if they could be married right away so she could accompany him on the trip. Thinking of the hardships and danger, he refused her request, telling her upon his return, if the country was good and safe, they would be married and go to the New World. Well, she refused to accept this answer and disguised herself as a cabin boy and snuck onto the ship. The ocean was crossed in early spring. They came up the Mississippi River to the Arkansas River and to the foot of the mountain. The Indians on the mountain came to the river and greeted the sailors and invited them to spend some time on the mountain. They spent the summer atop Petit Jean Mountain until fall approached, and then began preparations for the voyage back to France. The ship was readied, everybody was boarding that evening for departure, and Petit Jean became ill with a sickness so strange that it was marked with a fever, convulsions, delirium, and finally a coma. Her condition was so grave at daylight that the departure was delayed. During the illness, Petit Jean's identity was of course discovered. The girl confessed her deception to her future husband and begged him for forgiveness. She requested that if she died, to be carried back and buried atop the mountain, where she spent her last days. Legend has it that the spirit of Petit Jean hovers over the mountain, giving it an air of strange enchantment to this day. Cedar Falls is dry today. Sounds like water down there though. True that. Yeah, these rocks are wild. A texture or something. Are those fake? Are they fake rocks? So I thought this was pretty cool. It's an old cabin that's over 150 years old. And I guess it's original to Petit Jean Mountain. I think it was moved to this location, but it was originally up here on the mountain, so. Sure. Wow. There is something about the view and atmosphere of this place. It's just healing for the mind, body, and soul. Or maybe it's the fact that the sky just looks different when you have family up there. I wish I could spend more time here, but not on this trip. So there's also a restaurant here in the lodge where we had a very nice breakfast with a view. And I just can't say enough about Mountain Magazine. It's an amazing place and I can't wait to come back. Looking good. Well guys, I think we're gonna end the video here and I'm gonna enjoy these steaks and finish setting up camp. But thanks for watching and we'll catch you on down the road.